think I beat everybody. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. Oh, a lot of drama over the weekend. Some good stuff, some good drama, some bad drama. Had some people saying I was, what were they saying? Let me see if I can see what they were saying. They were saying I was defaming, I was clickbaiting. Every time I cover this stuff, I'm reading the stories, guys. I'm reading as it comes out. So I don't think that is defaming. And I believe, didn't J Rod admit to all of this stuff? Even look at the title here. He missed the inappropriate behavior. I mean, that's you can't start backstepping now. Backpedaling now. You already admitted to everything, right? So I had some people trolling me. I mean, that don't work on me no more. Trolls don't work on me. I go on Reddit. And it kind of reminds me of what some of the girls were saying, where like people were attacking the girls for coming out, and kind of victim shaming them for telling the truth. Where are your priorities at? If you're coming after me, I'm just sharing the story. He already admitted to inappropriate behavior. How is that defamation? If you admitted to it, is that defamation? It's like if you admit to murder or a crime and then someone reports on that, is that defamation? I don't think so. I need my lawyer friends to check that out for me. And if they do got an issue with it, I suggest trial by combat. I'll do a trial by combat, and then we could just donate the money to a good charitable source, maybe some safe sport training. We can we'll donate some safe sport training, guys, which I think is free. But yeah, clearly some people need more training, right? So we'll read this story a little bit. I'll just kind of read the title and some comments first, and then move on. You know how we do it. So it says J Rod offers clarity amidst scandal, admits to inappropriate behavior, and dispels rumors. It says it right there, admits to inappropriate behavior. We didn't say anything was illegal as of yet, which, things might change. And it's kind of funny. I'll pull this up maybe next. I use Adobe Photoshop for, just to help with the thumbnails. But even they have some guidelines on like how to use AI, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. So I'll kind of go through their guidelines real quick too, because that's pretty. I was looking at that. I was like, oh, that seems like it fits our situation. I don't know what the song is. I'm not going to play the song. It says, J Rod sets the record straight regarding his story. The song choice is diabolical. I'm not playing that song. I don't know what the song is. Can't see the comment there. It says, I don't know if I believe what's being told. It seems over the top to kick someone out for screenshots of public IG pages. I bet there's more to the story. That's not why he's getting kicked out. Can we click on that? I don't know if I believe, that's what someone said earlier. Nice try, Diddy. He didn't even apologize. He just said, yeah, I did that, now talking about Jesus Christ being his savior. Typical. Massive respect for how B-Team is handling this. I'm interested to see if B-Team sticks with their decision, or if they, we're going to let J-Rod, he served his week off. He can come back now. I think I'm going to look at B-Team a lot differently. Well, I'm definitely going to look at them a lot differently if they do that after making such a big ordeal. Not a big ordeal, but they didn't blow it up, but they're so famous, they're so popular that basically anything they do, big or small, is going to blow up. But if they go back on this decision, I don't know. You guys might need to think about who you're following, It says J Rod got to stop using his rod. Yep. The J Rod. Yep. So a screenshot of an IG page is what happened. That's what the scandal was about. That has to be more to it. So a lot of people out the loop. I'm trying to inform you guys, and then I get people trolling me. They don't know the story. I'm following the story kind of more closely, and then people trolling me, like defending J Rod, even though he admits to inappropriate behavior. Where's the controversy? Jay already spoken and apologized and said that he will do something about his problem. I think that they should stop continuing to bring this to people because they only judge others believing themselves are perfect. And we have to keep going over this story because people are, some people slow, bro. Some people out here slow. They don't know what's going on. They like a year or two behind. They got some old thoughts about things. They, back in my day, it's those people. Some of these people slow, bro. I don't know what else to say. People who were never impacted by this want to hear an apology from him publicly. He already did that. You behind, bro. Where you been, bro? He owes nobody but the women he disrespected an apology, and that is nobody's business but his own if he does that. That's true, but when you're in the limelight, you're not a normal person anymore. It was cool when you were winning and you had all the power. How long before he pops up at Kingsway? Well, he's already had a different gym. I can't remember the name of the gym. We looked it up last video. Somewhere in Austin. I can't remember the name. Says is the National Enquirer of BJJ. BJEE is the National Enquirer of BJJ. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I get a lot of my news from BJEE, and usually it's pretty spot on, man. It's pretty spot on. I mean, who else is covering this stuff? Nobody else is covering this, so this could have easily been swept under the rug. If not for BJJEE. I'm not saying they're always 100% perfect. I'm not perfect. You guys aren't perfect. But, they're doing a job no one else is doing. It says, takes a screenshot of J-Rod without his permission on social media for purposes of defamation, and no one says a word. Look up what defamation is, all you moral crusaders. This post goes past inappropriate to illegal if J-Rod sues. Wouldn't that go into a civil case? Yeah, let's look up the definition of defamation, but I believe he already admitted to inappropriate behavior. And that's like saying that what he was doing is better than, because someone did leak his ex-girlfriend or so leaked his images, which, I mean, that might be against the law. Having those images might be against the law in a couple years, Doing that, might be illegal eventually. It could be well-orchestrated publicity. I don't think you guys crazy, bro. Could be a well-orchestrated publicity stunt to sell OnlyFans for all I know. My one sincere wish is that someday it'll be public record of everybody's, okay, can't say that. Full disclosure, I've watched every genre, okay, can't say that. See? So I can't read half this stuff. Let's look at the definition of defamation, just quickly. Ooh, by law. Are we defaming J-Rod? We got the AI. I don't know how close this is. It says, in law, defamation is a false statement of fact that harms someone's reputation. It's a tort, meaning a civil wrong, and including both libel, written, and slander, spoken defamation. To prove defamation, a plaintiff must demonstrate that the statement was false. We got him. Can J-Rod prove that the statements were false, communicate it to a third party, and cause damage to their reputation? Didn't he cause He caused damage to his own reputation, right? So the core of defamation is that the statement made about the plaintiff was untrue. What did I say that was untrue about? He was inappropriate. Yeah. Yeah. What was untrue? Didn't he admit to everything? Is it defamation if you admitted to everything? The statement must be communicated to someone other than the plaintiff, as the defamatory statement needs to be made public to cause reputational harm. The statement must cause harm to the plaintiff's reputation, such as lowering their standing in the community or deterring others from associating with them. Okay. Generally, the defendant must have acted negligently, recklessly, or intentionally in making the defamatory statement. Some statements are considered actionable, capable of being the basis of a lawsuit, regardless of whether special harm, like financial loss, is proven. Other statements may require proof of special harm. Um, so libels, writing or print or broadcast. A defendant can argue that the statement was true even if it caused reputational harm. So I can argue that I would have to argue if I went to court that J-Rod did in fact have inappropriate images and created AI images. Well, that was already leaked that he did that. Certain statements are privileged, meaning they cannot be the basis of a defamation claim. Examples include statements made in court proceedings or by officials acting on their official capacity. Fair comment. I believe what I'm doing is fair comment. In some jurisdictions, statements of opinion about public figures or matters of public interest are considered fair comment and are not actionable. So because he is a public figure, we have, I think fair comment is what we're doing. I'm literally reading stories about him that you guys could find. Did I do anything wrong? That's already in print. You guys can find it. His team, made statements about this. Several ladies have made statements about this. He's made statements about this. Where's the defamation at? He already admitted to the inappropriate behavior. That's all we're talking about. The inappropriate behavior that led to him getting kicked out. Okay? Don't blame me for his actions. I am not in control of J-Rod or any of these guys. All right, so we'll get back to the story on that. Yeah, I believe you already admitted to everything. Not very sincerely, but you can't get sincerity out of some people, but I don't know. So I thought that was interesting because on Adobe, I use Photoshop. That's how I do a lot of my thumbnails and stuff. So they had some rules. And I think this might be pretty, you can share this with your students or your friends. It says, be respectful and safe. Do not use Adobe's generative AI features or services, including non-Adobe models, in a way that violates applicable laws or harms others. For example, do not create explicit material or explicit nudity. Do not create harmful or highly offensive content that attacks or dehumanizes a group based on race, ethnicity, national origin, religion, serious disease or disability, gender, age, or sexual orientation. Do not create glorifying graphic violence or gore. Do not promote self-harm. Do not depict minors. Of course, don't do that. Thank God, J-Rod. Hopefully, J-Rod didn't do none of that. J-Rod. Now, that would be defamation if I said he did something he didn't do. Which I'm not doing. I'm not saying that. I'm reading these guidelines. Before you guys hit me and you start trolling me in the comments. Do not promote terrorism or violent extremism. Do not disseminate misleading, fraudulent, or deceptive content that could lead to a real-world harm. Do not violate others' privacy rights. Do not engage in regulated activities without complying with applicable requirements. So yeah, that seems pretty that seems pretty good. They had some other good stuff. Shout out to Adobe, So we read this a little bit earlier. It says J-Rod offers clarity amidst the scandal, admits to inappropriate behavior, and dispels rumors. So yeah. So we're just gonna read it. Not trying to defame him or anything. We'll listen to what else he's got to say. Again, we're not victim shaming. We're not victim blaming. We're not defaming. We're just trying to explain. We're explaining, okay? All right, guys, understand? I was trying to rhyme a little bit. It says Jay Rodriguez has released a new statement addressing the misconduct. So this is the third statement I know of. He did a video. 2, he did like a post. And now 3, he's doing another video. So he probably should have left it alone the first time. But we're back here again. You guys clicking on this video? No, Jesus Christ. Got some spam over there. Thanks, Twitch. So new statement addressing the misconduct scandal that led to his expulsion from B Team. We can change this article. There we go. There you go, guys. So you actually can read along with me. That led to his expulsion from B Team. While this is not his first time commenting on the controversy, J-Rod now offers more detailed insight into what he did and explicitly admits to saving. Well, that's it, guys. Where's the defamation at? He just admitted to everything. Case closed. You guys can jump off now. So he admits, he offers more detailed insight into what he did. Man, I don't know. I guess it's not going to court because he already put in everything out there. And what he did, and explicitly admits to saving explicit content and screenshot from a woman's public Instagram page. However, thank you. Yeah, the short guy Spider. I still play a little bit of Spider, but the passing technology is so hard, bro. These guys are so good at passing. You can't even play Spider Guard. You're like, they're just throwing your legs left and right. But yeah, shout out to Keenan and Legion crew. So he admits to explicitly saving content. He saved explicit content and screenshot from women's public Instagram pages. However, despite this increased transparency, many in the grappling community have pointed out a glaring omission. He still does not offer a direct apology to the women impacted by his actions. So it can't be defamation, guys. If he's already apologizing and admitting to doing what he did, that's all I've commentated on. So I don't think I can be hit with defamation. In the statement posted to his social media, Rodriguez writes, "What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on here and offer some clarity and just be transparent with everything that has been going on. So in regards to what was on my phone, there were screenshots of a woman's public Instagram page as well as explicit material. I'm aware that this is invasive, inappropriate, and just unhealthy behavior. And I am and I'm also aware that just because these posts were public, it does not make my actions okay, and I take full accountability for everything that I've done. Now, in regards to the rumors that I'm hearing, using AI to generate explicit material, secretly taking photos or videos of people, more people being involved than there actually is, these rumors are false. It only drives more people into something that they are not a part of. I'm not saying this to defend myself, but I'm saying this to stop the spread of unnecessary harm." So I guess he's saying he didn't generate AI images. So, we're getting two stories. We're getting people saying that he did create AI images and people saying that he didn't create AI images. So I don't know the facts on that. Again, I'm commentating. I'm not defaming him. I'm reading the story from the statement that he made publicly. So he's saying that he did not, in fact, do that. But he said that he did have the explicit material on his phone. Lastly, I just want to once again reiterate, stop reaching out to people looking for answers in regards to who it was, etc. A woman in the community, please give the people affected by my actions the privacy and space they deserve. So I feel like he's trying to, he's saying that he just had explicit images. He didn't do the AI generated explicit material. So I believe he's trying to get back at B Team, and he's just waiting for this to kind of blow over. But you got people like me that are talking about this. You got BJJEE. So this is kind of the price of fame, because he's so famous. He's so popular. You guys love him. You guys love Craig Jones. Every little thing they do, they're basically celebrities. So every little thing they do is gonna be, it's gonna have that magnifying glass on them. So, right now, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I think their strategy is let this blow over, and then maybe he's wants to get back to B Team. I want to see how they're gonna handle it. I want to see how Craig Jones and company handle this. Are they gonna just bring him back? Are the girls gonna leave all the girls gonna leave the team, or is there gonna be more drama? I'm wondering what's gonna happen. I've seen. Well, I'm kind of old, so we didn't have AI. We didn't have AI technology back then, but I've seen, issues similar to this come up to where, it can break a school apart, or it changes the dynamic of the gym. It changes the vibe. So it's just not good for business. It's not good for training. J-Rod, he can't prepare. He can't train like he wants to. People might boycott him doing certain events now. And, say like who's number one, or Flow Grappling, they might have to like distance themselves from him, or, maybe not give him as much limelight as before. So there's a lot of repercussions for this. The grappling star's admission confirms what we had expected, that the misconduct involved the saving and storing of sexual content related to a woman in the community. He acknowledges the behavior was wrong, calling it invasive and unhealthy, and stresses that public content does not justify what he did. I mean, would you guys want someone, obviously, hopefully there's nobody at your gym doing this, but would you want someone at your gym doing this stuff? I can tell you that doesn't create a good vibe, bro. Having someone doing this stuff. I'm not saying J-Rod did it. I'm just saying having someone at your gym doing stuff like this is just, doesn't, I don't think it's good, man. We'll get back to him. We'll click on that in a little bit. Maybe I'll read some more stories and I'll come back, click on that. But let's see. But what's missing from the statement is just as notable as what's included. There is no apology directed at the women affected, no mention of regret for how his actions may have made someone feel unsafe or violated, and no commitment to make things right, whether personally or publicly. If you're expecting this dude to be like, have empathy and understanding, I don't think you're gonna get that from B Team. There was another post, we read it yesterday, I believe, from one of the ladies from B Team. Says, I've done nothing wrong, and she spoke out about J-Rod AI scandal. So a lot of you guys were attacking the ladies. Instead of like holding J-Rod accountable, you guys over here attacking the ladies, which is terrible, guys. Why are you guys doing that? Instead, Rodriguez focused heavily on denying other rumors, which is basically what he's doing. Specifically those about AI-generated content or secret recordings, calling them false and harmful. He also urges the public to stop digging for the woman's identity, asking that her privacy be respected. I mean, bro, you should have respected her privacy. You should have respected her privacy the whole time. But I understand, critics say that while the clarification is a step forward, the statement feels like damage control rather than genuine accountability. Female grapplers, including former teammates, have called for deeper conversations about safety, respect, and how the community should respond to harmful behavior. This latest update does little to ease concerns from those who believe there's still a culture of silence and deflection. We see that now. Me reading about this stuff, people are coming at me saying that I'm defaming J-Rod. I'm reading, he's already confirmed. He's already admitted to having, inappropriate behavior. What have I done wrong? I gotta defend myself. I'm over here defending myself. J-Rod defending himself. I gotta defend myself too. The latest update does little to ease concerns from those who believe there's still a culture of silence and deflection when it comes to protecting women in this sport. So yeah, the sport is growing, guys. So we're gonna have more ladies, training, and this behavior. This behavior might have been okay 10, 15, 20 years ago. The boys' club back in the day. But now you guys gonna have more ladies, more kids in training with you. So your behavior, you got to adapt. You can't do the same creepy stuff you used to do, guys. Or the coaches, the coaches used to do a lot of creepy stuff, dating students and other stuff. They can't do that no more. You guys are, the internet is holding you guys accountable. You just can't mess up no more, man. Look at J-Rod. Look at what he's going through. So we'll get back to this video, guys. I know you guys want to hear the story. That's all you guys care about. You guys don't care about nothing else. So let's get back to J-Rod.
What's up, guys?
Let's see. Can we view it on Instagram? Let's get to this. You guys, you guys love your J-Rod. And then we probably got a couple videos. I might save some of the videos for later. Let's see what J-Rod. So look, guys, I've covered this. People saying I'm biased or defaming him. I've covered all the videos. I covered the video that, where he was like kind of waiting for it to blow over at home. I covered this one where, yo, shout out to Fat Ninja, bro. I wish he was still competing, but he's an MMA fighter now. We had this story where he kind of just said, he's just publicly apologized, and now he's back over here. So, he is doing damage control. I don't know who's talking to him, who's helping him out. Let's see what he's got to say.
I just wanted to come on here and offer some clarity and just be transparent with everything that has been going on. So in regards to what was on my phone, there was screenshots of woman's public Instagram page as well as explicit material. I am aware that this is invasive, inappropriate, and just unhealthy behavior. And I am also aware that just because these posts were public, it does not make my actions okay, and I take full accountability for everything that I've done. Now, in regards to the rumors that I'm hearing using AI to generate explicit material, secretly taking photos or videos of people, more people being involved than there actually is. These rumors are false, and it only drags more people into something that they are not a part of. I'm not saying this to defend myself, but I am saying this to stop the spread of unnecessary harm. Lastly, I just want to once again reiterate, stop reaching out to people looking for answers in regards to who it was, etc. Women in the community. Please give the people affected by my actions the privacy and space that they deserve. What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on here and offer some.
So let's read some of the comments, and I'll replay it again to let it kind of set in. So J-Rod, well, we're not gonna get into her actions. We're talking about J-Rod. We're talking about J-Rod's actions. We're not talking about the girlfriend. I don't know their relationship. I don't know if she had access to his phone. I don't know what. I mean, he shouldn't have been doing it, bro. I ain't defending J-Rod. If you want to defend J-Rod, you do that on your channel. I ain't defending him. So let's read what he's got to say. He says, screenshots of women's public Instagram posts alongside explicit content. So was the explicit content? He's saying was public. Where did the explicit content come from? He said explicit content, not the same people. So screenshots of women's public Instagram posts alongside explicit content, not the same people is true. Other rumors are false. So he's saying there was no AI generated images, but he had public images and explicit content of maybe one or more ladies. I wasn't quite sure. Maybe it was one lady. Let's read some of the comments. Yeah, I'm reading. I'm not Night Owl was what's more creepy, him or yeah? I mean, he's obviously the creep. I'm not defending J-Rod. He's the creep. I don't know the girlfriend. We know J-Rod though. Let's see. To be honest, there are literal I can't say that word, and groomers who still get welcomed with open arms somehow. I mean, they shouldn't be. Things are changing, man. You're not gonna get away with this stuff as like they used to back in the day. So put them on blast. Now's your chance. Exactly. Make them feel like wherever they go, they're being watched, as everyone knows, which is what's happening to J-Rod. The technology is changing things, guys. People used to get away with stuff, and now I don't think they're going to get away with it anymore. They might have to dip back to Brazil or back to a different country or something. But yeah. And again, this could have that's if that's where it stopped at, this could have definitely gotten more out of hand. Seemed like J Rod was battling something, and this is if nothing else, this was a wake up call. Right now it's not illegal what he was doing that I know of, but it could have easily gotten worse. Could have made the situation at the gym worse. I just don't. I'm interested to see what B team does, because if they let him come back in. I mean, doesn't that signal to anyone else that, oh, I'll just get a slap on the wrist and I just come back to train and everything's the same? Maybe it will. I think this is an important moment, because some people are like, oh, you're blowing out of proportions. But this behavior continues to happen. So if you let J Rod stay over, other gyms, they got their version of J Rod. They let him get a slap on the wrist, come back, and then nothing changes. I think if you let J Rod back at B team, nothing changes. There's no consequences for this type of behavior. And then people see, oh, well, if he gets away with it, maybe it's okay. You guys. I know you guys on Reddit, bro. I don't trust those people on Reddit. They ain't got no common sense, man. It says, yeah, the leader of the gym just kisses the woman on the. Oh yeah, well, they shouldn't be doing that either. These coaches, we're calling these coaches out too, man. Most of those coaches go to jail. they get put on the news. They don't get put on the Alec news. They get put on the news. They get the. Maybe. But I think people are gonna look at B team differently if that does happen. You guys love B team, but to me that's gonna be like a pretty big blemish on their reputation, their image. But that's my thoughts. I'm different than you guys. You guys have a different backgrounds, different look on this stuff. I'm as an athlete. Well, this is terrible, but as a business owner, for me, it's terrible because he's a great athlete, and then you're losing him because of these actions. But if you bring him back, what does that say about your business? You might lose a lot of business by bringing him back. I don't think they lost business by kicking him out, did they? Did B team lose business kicking J Rod out? I don't think so. But if they bring him back, I think they're going to lose business. They're going to lose their females. I think they're going to lose most of those ladies at the gym. Or at least they're going to alienate those ladies. And, some of you guys are like, well, who cares what the girls think? But, again, we want our gyms to be inviting places. Yeah, you need the ladies, you need the kids, you need the white belts, you need the blue belts. You need everybody to make that gym work. And we talked about, I think, maybe 1 or 2 videos. We don't know the financial situation of the gym. We don't know, how many people do they have on payroll? How much money per month are they paying in rent? How much do they have to pay for Nikki Ryan, Nikki Rod? They had J Rod on there. He was on there. I'm assuming they're paying those guys, right? At least the guys that are teaching. They got people. A large part of their revenue comes from people dropping in to train with people like J Rod, Nikki Ryan, Nikki Rod, and whoever else is over there. Ethan and those guys. So, bringing him back, that might dip into the drop-in business. Okay, well, they bring J Rod back. Okay, the 10 Planet girls, they're not cool with you guys no more. 10 Planet, we can't train with you guys. You guys can't train over here anymore. Blah blah blah. So we don't know what happens behind the scenes. We don't know the financial situation or anything, man. And I'll tell you, you start alienating people, the vibe is off. It's like, oh, well, everybody kind of knows. It's like, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be weird. You have J Rod back there. I'm not saying it can't be done. But man, it's going to be, let's see Craig Jones fix that one. And it's kind of hard on Craig Jones because he's always calling everyone out, right? The other organizations, other businesses, anybody else does something, but then now it's in his backyard. Craig, what are you gonna do, Craig? So I feel like even more, there's more eyeballs on Craig too. He's like, what are you gonna do, Craig? Are you gonna let have J Rod back? Yeah, but even Lloyd Irvin, he's not as big as he used to be, right? He's not. I I got no issues with Lloyd Irvin. He's done stuff in the past. Yeah, we're not even going to delve into that. We're talking about J Rod, but he's not. Even for him, he's not as elevated in the community like he used to be before all that stuff happened. If you knew Lloyd Irvin when Keenan was there, JT Torres was there, all those guys were there, it was like super elevated in the sport. Celebrated actually. But now you don't. He's still popular in his area. But he's not. He's nowhere near what he was before. Even when his athletes win, Big Breakfast or Muhammad Ali or what's my homeboy, Shane Jamil. Those guys win. They not putting him up like they used to be, right? Like say Gordon Ryan, when he won, I'm gonna say IBJF or anything or ADCC, they're gonna have Danaher on there, right? They're gonna have Danaher on there, or when you're that big of a figure, they always showing the coaches, the athletes, but I would say the Lloyd Irvin guys don't even get that much shine like they used to. Like Shane Jamil Hill he gets no attention. And Elijah Dorsey gets attention because he's good, but say he was on AOJ or something. Say he trained at AOJ or New Wave or I don't know, anywhere else. They would have the cameras on him constantly, right? The cameras will be on him even more so than now. And sometimes, yeah, I don't know. Let's read some more, guys. Yeah, I get riled up. Oh man, he like, please don't. Okay, he's like, can we smooth this over? Can we settle? Yeah, I don't know what was going on. We're just covering the story. I don't know how that's defamation. Someone let me know if that's defamation. I'm just covering. He's admitted to most of this stuff. The misbehavior. Yeah. Well, he said he didn't do the AI stuff, so that's to me that would be really good if he's not doing AI explicit content of these ladies or these girls. But man, I mean, imagine he wasn't famous. Would that be okay? Would you guys be defending him if he wasn't famous and you guys liked him as a grappler? I feel like most of you guys like him as a grappler, so you're defending him. I mean, you guys wouldn't defend me, bro. Sure enough, that was me, bro. Kill him. You'd be ready to lynch me, bro. Had the forks out, the flame out there. Get him. I never trusted him. Yeah, that was me, bro. I wouldn't. Nobody would be defending me. Yeah, but that's okay to have. Yeah. I'm just saying, I know you guys wouldn't be defending me. Nightmare World, you'd be like, well, I never trusted that dude. I never trusted that dude, Alec, bro. You guys, there would be nobody defending me online. J-Rod, he got people he never met. They like, he was sorry. He didn't mean to do it. What's the big deal? If it was me, bro, I knew I never trusted that mother. I don't trust that man. Man, I know you guys would be coming after me, bro. Them comments, bro. Them comments. You guys had me kicked off social media quick. I'd be in jail. They're like, "Oh, what happened, Alec? I didn't do anything. I took a screenshot." They got me. You guys had me arrested in jail over a screenshot. I'm not saying that's all he did. I don't know exactly what he's doing. He's been Thank you, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's doing. I mean, he's got his big bro. You know, big bro got the money and the pool. So maybe they'll come, let him back at B team, or maybe they'll do their own thing. I don't know. Maybe they need to go back to New Jersey. They need to go back to New Jersey, guys. Go back to New Jersey. Yo, go back to Puerto Rico. Go back to Puerto Rico. They can get away with that in Puerto Rico, baby. Oh no. Where else could they go? To Mexico, guys? Where could they go, bro? Where could they escape to, guys? Mexico or Spain? Yeah, I don't know where they could go. Let's see. There's nothing wrong with other people finding something to give the hope grow up. What does that mean? Wait, we scrolled down too far. Yeah, bro, way to take accountability and be transparent. Everything is going to be just fine. Keep God in your life and you'll be back better than ever. Even if all he did was the screenshots and stuff, man, I think he well, John Jones, he can't give no advice. John Jones get away with everything. John Jones be hitting pregnant ladies. Is that defamation, guys, if I say? John Jones will run somebody over. He gets a slap on the wrist. He's doing drugs left and right, slapping his wife. Oh, that might be defamation. Sorry. He gets slapped. not according to Reddit. Listen, I'm all for creeps getting kicked out of their gyms. Kick the creeps out, bro. Kick the creeps out. I mean, he already did stuff to get kicked out. Bro, how many comments over here, bro? Jesus. I'm trying to get the comments, guys. There's too many comments. Yeah, I'm all for getting the creepers out of the... Keep the creepers out of jiu-jitsu, bro. Keep the creeps out. That's my platform. Keep the creeps out. Said dude ran off. He probably gonna find Jesus. I don't know who or what you're talking about. Deleted his own comment. Okay. I mean, bro, what do you expect from Hillbilly Hammer, bro? I ain't defending him either. He admitted to it. I mean, his was emotional abuse. Which kind of brings into question, you didn't hear anything from his coaches. Where was his coaches at? How come they let this kind of slide through? They didn't. Nobody was. Well, that's what I'm saying. You get everybody. All these gyms around the world. They got their J-Rod person. Daisy Fresh. Their J-Rod person was Jacob Couch. Apparently, people named Jacob. Jacob Couch. So that's what happens. It gets, we're going to forget about it. We're going to keep you in the gym. He's going to say something on social media. Nothing changes. So that's what I'm saying. You keep J-Rod at the gym. Nothing changes. That shows, look at you. You're using that as an example that it's okay. It's okay to be emotionally abusive to your girlfriend. And, you still got a place here, son. You still got a place here, Jacob. That's what. Is that okay? I'm not saying they're right. We should have jumped on those guys. I covered the story. I will say I focus more on Jacob Couch. Which Jacob am I talking about? I focus on Jacob Couch. I didn't think that. I wasn't even thinking about his gym. Maybe his gym should have done more. Maybe they did something in private. I believe because most of his stuff was not in the public. It was in a private situation. It was a little bit different. But man, I don't know how Daisy Fresh was handling it. Who's over there? Who's over there? I can't remember the guy, the coach over there. Yeah, how's he handling it? So, I mean, but yeah, I assure you, there's he's keeping an eye. Whoever's in charge over there has to keep an eye on Jacob and make sure it doesn't happen again. And I mean, Jacob also admitted to what he did, right? Potentially, he should have maybe something should have happened to him. Imagine if he was in the NFL or something, NBA. I mean, I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened to Jacob Couch. I'm sure some sponsors maybe lost some sponsorship or something. I don't know, man. Aren't they in Illinois? Man, listen. I don't want to get into that because people were saying I was victim shaming. My advice is don't date in the gym. Instructors, don't date your students. Try to encourage students not to date each other. not to have any inappropriate behaviors, misconduct, anything like that. You guys, we got to take our safe sport training. That's really important. I tried to do it on here one day, but man, it was a lot. But we all need to sit down and do that safe sport training, learn how to spot abuse, spot misconduct, any type of behavior that's inappropriate. We all need to like become educated on that. I ain't defending none of these dudes, bro. Don't come on here, Nightmare World, Nighttime World. I ain't defending none of those guys. I mean, they wouldn't defend me. I ain't gonna defend them. Where were we, bro? He says he cooked you. Where are we at, bro? That's too many comments. See, this is me. I'm trying to like do some work. You guys over here just making all these spam comments. Not you guys, but these guys up here. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible, bro. And you know, speaking as a man that's tried to get more female participation in the sport, it's hard because you get a J-Rod guy like that scares a lot of girls. That makes them not want to train. You know, it's already scary for people to train, and then ladies, you know, most gyms there's more men than women, so they gotta train with these sweaty bald dudes, creepy sweaty bald dudes, or you know whoever else creepy dudes, and it's just like, bro, it makes it harder. And then there's kids. I don't think B Team has a kids program, but most gyms have a kids program, and then you got creepy dudes at the gym. It just doesn't work out, man. Why would someone this well known in the community be completely shunned and banned for something as small as screenshot? Oh, whoa, Jesus. I think we already had ours. A couple of them. We got a couple of them. They probably fled the country, or they retired. Why TF would someone this well known in couch? I believe it was emotional abuse or something. We covered that story. I can't remember exactly what he was doing, but it was definitely not. Was it appropriate behavior? I believe it was more of in a private situation. I'm gonna leave that up to you because we're talking about this Jacob. I can only talk about one Jacob at a time, guys. Can't wait to find out what really happened. Seemed pretty cancel culture. Well, people say the same thing. Every time anything happens in jiu-jitsu, they call it cancel culture. Even when it's like, well, it could be abuse, emotional, physical abuse. They're like, cancel culture. But I for one, I like seeing people being held accountable because, you know, back in the day, so many people got away with stuff, bro. So much stuff that you're like, bro, how is this happening? How is this? And people were, you know, nothing happened to them. You know, so many people were like, you know, they didn't get kicked out of their team. The team would move them to a different country. Yeah, that's a different. Yeah, that couch. We're talking about Jacob Rodriguez, bro. You see this? That ain't Jacob Couch right there on the camera, bro. Says you don't get completely banned like that without doing some serious stuff that would backfire on B Team. I mean, it's already backfiring. Whether it is, it's serious. Whatever it is, it's serious enough that Craig publicly, kicked him out for damage control. You don't do that unless there's real risk of being legally attacked. And also, I mean, Craig already did all this stuff. You guys go for Craig. You guys attacking me. Go attack Craig Jones for kicking out J-Rod. Craig Jones kicked J-Rod out. I didn't kick J-Rod out. I mean, if I was in charge, hopefully I would have been like, hey, bro, I would have talked to him like a year ago. Hey, Jay, bro, you're being a little creepy over here, bro. You got to control yourself, bro. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing with your life, bro? But Craig Jones is the one that kicked him out of B Team, along with the other guy, Seth or something. I didn't kick him out. So I'm assuming they had enough proof to do that. If not, why make it public? They should have just done like Daisy Fresh did. Did Daisy Fresh say anything about Jacob Couch? I don't know. I don't think so. But B Team was the one that enacted everything, right? Which we're promoting them. We were actually pretty happy. B teams actually did stuff. actually, put stuff into action. I don't know about Daisy Fresh. I mean, I'm already getting enough attack from this stuff. It says, I disagree. You sneeze the wrong way, and the culture will come for you if it so deems. I mean, that's some of you guys. That's how some of you guys think. Been going on this way for thousands of years. People in BJJ MMA community have done far worse than get a screenshot of a public Insta profile. I mean, genuinely think about it. How did people find out he screenshotted it? It makes sense. Makes no sense. It's a cover up. I mean, what was he? I mean, I don't want to know what he was doing with those screenshots, guys. I don't want to know.
Rod said it himself that he had stuff going on with some girls, making it seem he was blinking them. Rod looks like a perv, bro.
I mean, I can't say anything because that's defamation, but I mean, you can say that. It's not defamation if the chat says that, guys. I didn't say that. I mean, we don't know exactly everything. And of course, I don't know. I can't put words into his mouth. I'm not putting nothing in his mouth. Said, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want someone doing that to my loved ones. Yeah, would you want someone taking screenshots and being creepy around your daughter or sister or wife, girlfriend? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, no for me, for sure. 100% no. Says, if a girl did that to me, I'd be flattered. His girlfriend found the pics on his phone and notified the women whose pics he saved. These women went to Seth and Craig and said they felt uncomfortable. All right, guys, isn't that enough? If the girls feel uncomfortable that you have screenshots of them? Nah, doesn't sound like one girl. Even if it's one girl, hey, I don't feel comfortable. This guy is creepy. I mean, what proof do you need? What proof do you guys need for someone being creepy? I mean, that gets into a pretty big debate. You guys like he was unwrong. He was unwrong. He was wrongly kicked out of B team. They attack. Yep. There we go. I like that logic. I've heard unconfirmed rumors, but long story short, obviously someone saw them on his phone. No idea how that's relevant though. Yeah, but like 70% of commenters on this post don't care about that. Remember, it's Austin. Cancel culture. Someone said that already. Kind of the same comments over. Well, I'm reading the same comments over and over. Someone said, hey, it's not that bad. You good, bro. We forgive you. Look at this dude, bro. That dude, Big Nut 00 says the dudester says he forgives you, bro. He's got 0 posts, 0 followers, and following 7,500 people. Sounds legit, bro. It's okay. You're good, bro. You're acquitted, bro. Big Nut 00 said you good, bro. Someone said it didn't happen to you, so it's not for you to forgive. Well said. Your profile is like 1,700. No, I can't say that. It didn't happen to you either. Why are you so angry and unforgiving? It's okay. 2 to 3 years in Dagestan and forget. Yeah. Bro is getting exiled for a screenshot. Sounds Austin to me.
Andrew Wilkes was calling Yakoba a rapist. Ben was briefly talking about all the dodgy stuff that goes down there, so who knows?
Oh, that's true. I mean, the thing with Andrew, I like Andrew. He's had his own issues. We don't know, bro. I might be following that story later on. I mean, the Jacob Couch stuff happened a couple months ago, right? I believe last month or 2 months ago. So there might be more stuff where they say where there's smoke, there's fire. We'll see. I'll be covering it. You guys call me the drama king, jiu-jitsu drama king, but man, this stuff just keeps happening. Go to New Wave. Natalie will never complain about your behavior. Dang, son. I mean, there's so much drama everywhere. You could throw a rock at any jiu-jitsu school and find the drama. Everyone makes bad decisions, no excuses, but just a way of life. I think it's how he responded to the aftermath, which is important. I know you're getting a lot of hate right now, which in one way is understandable, but at the same time, from what I can see, an opportunity for some people to project their own shadows onto you, especially other men. I want to let you know, as a woman, I am proud of you for taking accountability and making a change. Knowing what you are struggling with as far as addiction, it takes a lot of strength not to only recognize your faults, but taking the initiative and deciding to make a change. It can be hard as a man to admit your flaws and ask for help and forgiveness. I hope anyone and everyone affected by this situation can heal. AI images and secretly photographing people is wrong. However, public Instagram posts getting banned and publicly shamed over that is harsh. I want to hear more perspective before I can definitely side with anyone. Who cares about your perspective, bro? Who cares about my perspective? That's true. Well, I'm not saying I'm neutral. Actually, I am trying to be neutral. I'm trying to read everything. I'm trying to educate you guys. I'm educating myself and educating you guys. Had to happen though. How safe would you feel as a woman going to that gym knowing that some dude was gooning off to realistic images and videos of you multiple times and has been hiding them on his phone from his girlfriend and best friends? Well, Jesus. Would you guys kick that person out doing that to your wife or your daughter or girlfriend? I mean, some of you guys will shoot somebody for that. At least here in Georgia. Says not about public posts, it's about having lookalikes of them. Oh, did he admit to having lookalikes, guys? I mean, bro, he in that gray area. he in that gray area. Just to be safe, let's kick him out. Boop, give him the boot. I put the boots to him. I haven't been able to find it. Just a screenshot of her Instagram story stating she wasn't ready to talk about it. Could share the. I mean, bro, look at how you guys are attacking me. Why would that girl want to expose herself? You guys are already here attacking me for reading the news, the jiu-jitsu news. Why would someone want to come out and have all these bots attacking him? That's a legit concern, but at the same time, multiple women at B Team have publicly accessible OF and promote it through their IG. Well, that gets into a different area, you know. I don't know, man. This is the new age, so we're all learning together. We're learning what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. What was okay 2 years ago is not acceptable now. You know, we didn't even have AI like 2 or 3 years ago. This wasn't even possible 2 or 3 years ago. That's what it sounded like. I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, oh no. I don't know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it's not worse. He stated that the AI deepfakes was not an accurate rumor. Yes, I know. He didn't have deepfakes. He had real images of real actresses that looked like the women in his gym. So he's got the images of the ladies that looked like the girls at his gym, and he's got the pictures of the girls at the gym. And, you know, let's just be safe. Let's kick him out. I'm sorry, bro. We gotta kick you out. We gotta kick you out the gym, bro. J-Rod, you're a great athlete, bro. But bro, whatever you're doing, bro, you gotta take it out of here, bro. I can't defend J-Rod, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't defend Jacob Couch. I didn't defend J-Rod. Let's see. Had to happen though. We're reading some of this stuff. Somebody, it's just kind of the same comment. Low key figured Jay wasn't smart enough to use AI. I'm dying, bro. I was thinking these kids are super smart when I heard that. Let him who was out without sin cast the first stone. So yeah, it seemed like a lot of comments were just kind of repeating, but I don't know. Did they say something on Reddit? When did this come out, guys?
What's up, guys?
I
just wanted to come on here and offer some clarity and just be transparent with everything that has been going on. So in regards to what was on my phone, there was screenshots of woman's public Instagram page, as well as explicit material. I am aware that this is invasive, inappropriate, and just unhealthy behavior. And I am also aware that just because these posts were public, it does not make my actions okay, and I take full accountability for everything that I've done. Now, in regards to the rumors that I'm hearing using AI to generate explicit material, secretly taking photos or videos of people, more people being involved than there actually is. These rumors are false, and it only drags more people into something that they are not a part of. I'm not saying this to defend myself, but I am saying this to stop the spread of unnecessary harm. Lastly, I just want to once again reiterate, stop reaching out to people looking for answers in regards to who it was, etc. Women in the community. Please give the people affected by my actions the privacy and space that they deserve. What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on here.
Man, he needed a PR person, bro. He for sure needed a PR person. So we had some more comments. I just realized I could load some more. It says, honestly, if that's all it is, then I fully stand with Jay. I was not okay if he was secretly taking pics or even the AI rumor, which people were trying to defend. Like, nah, if it's that, that's weird. But if it's just screenshot of public pics, I mean, it's not okay. But as Jay, yeah, that's not the only thing they're stroking. That's not the only thing they're stroking. That's not the only thing they're stroking. You guys come for the comedy, right? I mean, it's not okay, but as Jay has stated, it's unhealthy addiction that he's getting help for. I wish you the best in this journey back to the light. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he should be back at B team. He's kind of burned that bridge a little bit, right? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, sometimes you do deserve a second chance, but sometimes you gotta just accept the consequences of your actions, and almost to prevent anything worse from happening. I mean, I'm glad this isn't worse. I mean, this is a bad situation, but it could have been worse, possibly been worse. What does that mean? Like, he found porn actresses that look like women he trains with. Bro did nothing. Crying emoji. So maybe I'm not hearing this right, but some women felt uncomfortable because someone screenshotted their public social media pictures. Am I missing something? No, it's complete and utter BS. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. It was creepy though, and it's a gray area. I think to be safe, you're in this weird gray area. It's like, bro, I mean, man, that's a hard one. I mean, he's a good athlete, but then he's doing these creepy stuff, which is not good for the gym. It's not good for the gym's image. It's possibly going to lose business because the ladies don't feel comfortable. Going to lose your whole females team. Might potentially affect people dropping in at your academy. I mean, it's a different age too, man. This would have been a year or two ago. We would have forgot about this a couple months ago. You guys got warmed up with the Jacob Couch situation. That warmed you guys up. So then, like, the Jacob Rodriguez thing happens. Now you guys jumped on him. So say it was reversed. Say the J Rod thing had happened a couple months ago. All right, man. We'll let him back in. And then the Jacob Couch thing happened now. They would have jumped on Jacob Couch. Yo, the Jacob's taking an L this year, bro. Hopefully the Alex are up. I'm hoping the Alex are up this year, 2025, going into 2026. My Gooner ain't even do anything. Free J Rods. Free J's Rod. Thank you guys for being serious. It's very bro. People said, "Dang, dude, that's rough. Sorry that happened. Good on you for taking accountability for poor decisions. We all make them. So public photos, man, people blew this way out of proportion." What you're doing is creeping people. Yeah. See, please stop first warning. How many warnings did he get? Maybe he had more than one warning. Do you think he had more than one warning? I don't know. Well, this didn't happen overnight, guys. You guys assuming this happened 2 weeks ago? Happened last week. He had been like off the B team channel and stuff for a while. Some people don't learn, man. Some people don't learn. Some people do the same crime again. I'm not saying he committed a crime or anything. I'm just saying some people will do the same thing again. Says, man, people blew this way out of proportion. Just the homies. The girls I train with also don't have OnlyFans and and have photos of themselves on social media. Well, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be screenshotting and.
He was not doing anything good with those pics.
He do look a little tired. Is that defamation? I just say he looks tired. How he got tired, I don't know. Do you want some dude gooning around your wife and kids? Yo, bro, you gotta go, man. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go, bro. You gotta get out of here, bro. What are you doing with yourself, bro? Get out of here, bro. I hope he wasn't doing it at the B team. He was gooning at B team, bro. Oh no, get out of here, bro. What are you doing in that bathroom? Get out of there. Yeah, even I don't care if it's a girl's public account. Why you got screenshots, plural for screenshots of these ladies? Yeah, man. You know you weren't up to no good, bro. In my opinion, I think Craig gets away with a lot more than most people because he has charming down. Well, he's making jokes, but he's not actually, harassing anybody without consent, or, he's not doing whatever he's doing is not as bad as what J Rod's being accused of. Craig is smart. He's harassing himself. Craig harasses himself. He's not harassing others, usually. Dude got kicked out of B team for screenshotting. Not just we don't know what he was doing with those screenshots, but well, would you feel comfortable with someone screenshotting pictures of your wife or your sister or your daughter? Well, it's not illegal. The screenshot's not illegal. Well, we're assuming everybody's of age. But the fact that he had those pictures and it got leaked. I mean, some of you guys would be defending people with like underage pictures, probably. I mean, that ain't me. I ain't saying nobody here had the pictures. But I'm saying I feel like people make these arguments. You can make all these hypothetical arguments, but I just like I don't see how you can defend everybody. I don't know where I'm going with that. Hopefully I didn't defame myself or defame anybody saying that. Let's see. I wonder who got access to his phone. He said screenshot public, Insta, and alongside explicit photos. I don't think those were public photos. Or maybe they were. I have no idea. Why were you doing this kind of stuff? I'm hoping you guys don't do this stuff. So the question is, where did the explicit photos come from? I presume the Insta. Well, that's when you kick the person out. All right, it's too bad. You gotta kick you out, bro. Well, that's up to Craig Jones. When Craig Jones is the line, he's the barometer. I mean, you definitely step past the line when Craig Jones is gotta kick you out, bro. I mean, bro, what were you doing that Craig Jones had to get you out of there? Yeah, the Jacobs are not taking a win this year so far. If they had, that false reap video not looking too good right now, huh? Oh no, the false reap. You guys remember the false reap video? That's not looking too good. So when people start to humorize a lot of this stuff, I use humor too, but I'm trying to mask the seriousness a little bit so I don't get depressed listening to all this stuff. But when we humorize a lot of this stuff, it's not really good for the sport. It seems like it's good for the sport. That's funny. He's cool. But it really downplays when serious situations occur. He said screenshots, public Insta, and along with explicit photos. So the question is, where did the explicit photos come from? Well, the fact that he was still collecting those, or potentially collecting those, and the girls found out. It didn't have to be explicit photos. It would be creepy if you had photos of any woman at your gym that you're not married to. If that's not your wife at the gym or your daughter, you got, obviously you don't have pictures of your family. You're not related to none of those people. Why you got pictures of them? So yeah, I mean, dang. Guilty of being, yeah, I don't know what that means. That's apparently a crime nowadays. Do all men have lookalikes of women in their life saved in their phone? Nope. We've all gooned to Katie. I don't know who that is. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes, this guy, go ahead and arrest this guy too. So all the people that be posting on here got one post, 0 followers, and following 6 people. Yeah, he sounds reasonable, like a reasonable guy. What's the difference between taking a screenshot or just going to Instagram to look at it again? If women or men put stuff on social media and are not private, then they are literally giving away their rights to who sees their content and for how long. They agree to it by making their content public. So when you start saying that, who owns? Is it public, or does Instagram own that picture? I'm wondering. Does Instagram have to get involved? Does Google have to get involved? I think once you start delving into that, it's gonna get murky. Because while it's on a, technically, these platforms aren't public, right? This is a private. This is a company's website. Instagram is a company's app. So I mean, I wonder. We think it's public, right? Okay, so you're saying it's public. I still don't know if you're going to their profile and taking a screenshot. Yeah, I'm not certain. I'm not certain. He said it's public. It's a free for all. Okay, so yeah, might be public. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but if you say you posted something on Instagram, but it's illegal, like I'm sure there's some images you can't post on there. Actually, can we look that up? We might look that up. What can't we post on Instagram? Let's see. If women or men put stuff on social media and are not private, then they are literally giving away their rights to who sees their content. Oh, I gotta end the stream in a little bit, guys. We've been going for 2 hours. I've been talking about J-Rod for 2 hours. They're giving their rights to who sees their content and for how long. They agree to it by making their content public. Creepy, sure. Depends on your perspective and the context of the situation. But if this is wrong, then all fan pages should be banned, because these girls running fan pages for boy bands posting how I can't say that stuff. Listen, you're young, dude. Go find God, faith, a positive direction and outlet. And most importantly, you have your dad, your older brother, and even folks that for sure still love you. Where were these guys at to keep them from gooning all over the place? Possibly gooning to pictures he shouldn't have had. Potentially. We're gonna watch some videos, but let me see what can't be posted. We're just assuming Instagram. It might have. I don't know where it was off. Let's see what's illegal here, guys. Instagram's community guidelines prohibit content that is violent, sexually explicit, promotes harmful substances or activities, or violates intellectual property rights. Additionally, content that is spammy, hateful, or targets individuals with threats or harassment are not allowed. So you can't put any graphic violence, depictions of people fighting, or context that glorifies violence. You can't have nudity, any suggestive imagery, depictions of activity are prohibited. illegal screenshots. Let's look. I think I'm gonna finish after this guy. Pause on that. Pause on me. We have time for one match? I do want to watch a Wardzinski match from BJJ Stars, but let's see. We got the AI. I don't know how accurate AI is, but we're gonna watch at least one match. You guys can't just have all drama. You gotta watch some jiu-jitsu too. Taking or sharing screenshots can be illegal depending on the context. Again, this is AI, guys. I don't know if it's true. Depending on the context or the nature of the content, specifically screenshots of private conversations, especially those shared without consent, can violate privacy rights or wiretapping laws. Additionally, using screenshots to infringe copyright, such as sharing unauthorized copies of copyrighted material, is also illegal. So if say the content is behind a payment wall, and let's say for instance there's something on OnlyFans, can he screenshot OnlyFans stuff? Can someone screenshot something off OnlyFans and then have it? Is that violating privacy? Oh man, thank you, bro. It says sharing screenshots of private messages, especially those shared without the consent of all parties involved, can be considered a violation of privacy. The legality of sharing screenshots of private conversations can depend on the specific laws of your jurisdiction. I don't know what laws are in Texas. In some cases, even if a conversation was meant to be private, sharing a screenshot could still be considered a breach of privacy. So is he breaching private? Well, I guess it's different if it's a private conversation. Copyright infringement. Taking or sharing screenshots of copyrighted materials without permission can constitute copyright infringement. So if say someone's screenshotting OnlyFans content, would that be copyright infringement? I don't know. Screenshots can be admissible in court as evidence if they are relevant and authenticated. To be accepted as evidence, a screenshot must be proven to be authentic and not manipulated. The court may consider the context of screenshots and reliability. Some platforms like Instagram, let's see, illegal AI creation. So I'm hoping nobody was doing no AI stuff, because that might be serious, bro. So deepfakes, voice cloning, and AI generated images. The misuse of AI generated images and sounds, particularly deepfakes, voice cloning, has several legal concerns, including defamation and damage to reputation. Deepfakes and manipulated images can cause significant reputational harm, particularly when used to create misleading or false content about individuals. So could J-Rod be defaming the ladies that he was dealing with? I don't know. Says any significant reputational harm, particularly when used to create misleading or false content about an individual. False videos or images depicting someone engaging in illegal, immoral, or unethical behavior can spread rapidly online, leading to defamation claims. So if anything, the girls might have a defamation on J-Rod, possibly. Privacy violations. Using someone's likeness without their consent, especially in a way that is misleading or damaging, can result in privacy violations. This is particularly relevant in cases of non-consensual explicit images or videos that invade an individual's private life. That sounds relevant. Intellectual property, fraud, and identity theft. So yeah, we're getting into some property. We need a lawyer on here. Oh, here we go. I just look at that. Cyber harassment laws and AI generated images. Some of this stuff is pretty relevant, guys. The rise of AI technology has brought new challenges in the realm of cyber harassment, particularly with the use of AI generated images. Cyber harassment, I'm hoping he didn't do this. I'm hoping. Is that defamation by saying I hope he didn't do something? Cyber harassment laws are evolving to address the misuse of AI tools that can create realistic but fake images of individuals without their consent. could they argue that if he had images that maybe he was trying to, I don't know. Let me read. Such images, often referred to as deepfakes, can be used maliciously to defame, impersonate, or otherwise harm a person's reputation and privacy. Current laws around cyber harassment and digital impersonation are being tested as those technologies become more sophisticated. Some jurisdictions are enacting specific legislation to criminalize the non-consensual got choked up there. Let's see. Current laws around cyber harassment and digital impersonation are being tested as these technologies become more sophisticated. Some jurisdictions are enacting specific legislation to criminalize the non-consensual creation and distribution of a. Well, some people are ready to forgive him. Like one lady was ready to forgive him with open arms. I don't think she trains a B team. She's just some random lady, I bet. Some jurisdictions are enacting specific legislation to criminalize the non-consensual creation and distribution of AI-generated images, especially those that are explicit or defamatory. The implications of these laws are far-reaching in emphasizing the need for victims to understand their legal rights and for legal professionals to stay informed on how AI is transforming the landscape of cyber harassment. So that cyber harassment's real, man. Oh man, this might be bigger than we think. And maybe this might blow over. Maybe, J-Rod gets forgiven and he's back at B team next week. I'm wrong. I'm a fool. I'm wrong. But this stuff in the future is not going to be the same, man. You're not going to be able to do this kind of stuff and get away with it and think it's all good, bro. Nighttime says, the part I don't understand is if he didn't do the AI stuff, where does that even come from? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe it just came out of nowhere. Maybe he was like, maybe he was like, this might get me in real trouble. This might get me in real trouble. Let me delete that stuff. We don't know. We don't know what's going on, bro. We're just trying to learn as things are happening. Sometimes the news is wrong. Sometimes the news is biased. Sometimes the news is, got some other things they're working towards. I'm trying to be neutral. And I'm reading. That's why I've spent 2 hours talking about this. If I was just like, oh, J-Rod's bad, okay, end of story. I could do. Some people do that, but I'm actually reading the comments. I'm looking at the stories. I'm reading about the law, about fraud and cyber harassment and all this other stuff. So I'm trying to inform myself and inform you guys. Someone says once you've been labeled a pervert, it doesn't go away. Yeah, especially nowadays, you can't just change towns or do whatever. The internet's remembering. Even if something happened 20 years ago, somebody still, I remember when so and so did that. Oh dang. So yeah, we're fighting for having good environments, positive, non-toxic environments where everyone can train and no one feels alienated or harassed or wronged or anything. So